Record. Okay, awesome. So what I wanted to kind of talk about tonight was the 4 vital behaviors, which is kind of like the basis of what Micah talks about in her power hour, and kind of give you an idea of some of the basic stuff to give you a good indication of like some of the things that we do on a consistent basis. There is so much information that comes in every direction, whether it's from Beachbody email, from Micah, from me. I never want you guys to feel like overwhelmed, like, oh my gosh, I don't even know where to go. I don't know what to do. I want to streamline it for you. But there's lots of ways and lots of information on how you get that. So take it in as you can. And if it becomes too much, don't hesitate to like reach out to me and like, can you go over this again? Can you go over that? So this month in the new coach mentorship, we're going to kind of break things down so that you can kind of have a better understanding of how to do things on a consistent basis to build your business in a way that's doable. Because I really believe like our team is filled with women that are doing multiple things. We're not just working our Beachbody business, which means that we can break it down. And if we're intentional, we can bust it out. And my intention for you is to help you learn how to be intentional. So I'm working to be intentional as well, because I'm the type of person that can dabble a little bit of this and dabble a little bit of that. And then because my family's doing their own thing, I'll like go back around to this, I'll go back around to that. Then next thing I know, like I worked all day and I'm like, I never really took time for myself. And I don't want it to be that way. I want us to be like, let's get in, let's get our work done, let's pull our full heart and mind into it. And then we can move on to the next thing that we want in life, because that's really what it's about. So I want to talk about the 4 vital behaviors on what Beachbody does. And this has been a constant from the beginning, and it's very simple. And it's kind of like the guiding post of how we live our life every day. So the first thing is that you're a product of the product, okay? And basically what that means is that you are 100% showing up for yourself and for your own journey, okay? So that means you're dialing into the workouts, you're dialing into the nutrition plan, or understanding the supplements and everything like that that goes around it. You're using the products. I know that it's hard to get your hands on all the products. So, you know, just as you kind of grow your business and you want to try stuff out, it's good to kind of get an idea of what different things are out there. So for an example, obviously we all really start with Shakeology. That's like the crux of it all, because that helps tie in the hard work that you're doing in your workouts with your nutrition plan to give you that extra superfoods and that nutrient dense nutrition that you need on a day-to-day basis. So you want to be using that every day. You want to feel the energy from it. And really, to be honest, it's amazing. Like the goal is to never not be on it. But there's been times where like I was a little over on my Shakeology and I skipped 2 weeks, but then because of shipping delays, like it got off. And then like one time I went to Mexico and completely forgot to pack my Shakeology. When I've been off on those few times, I've been able to understand how my energy dips and how I'm not feeling well when I'm not. It took a couple days, but your body consistently thrives on that. So understanding how that works, I'm not promoting to not be on it, but I'm saying that when it does happen, dial in on how you feel, because a lot of it relates to your nutrition facts. Knowing how Energize works and Recover works, that makes a big difference. Energize is one of the bigger sellers as well. I can't live without Energize. It's my favorite. I'm about to do the ultimate reset and I can't have Energize. So I'm a little sad by that, but it's 3 weeks. It's going to reset my gut. So I'm excited for that.
For the 3-day, I hate to interrupt, for the 3-day, because I'm going to be doing that. Energize is a no-go for that too, right? Okay.
Right.
That's what I thought.
No-go for that. Yeah. Basically what it's doing is both are very gentle on your system, but they're a great way to reset your being. So I love a good 3-day refresh. Like after a holiday, if I just feel like I'm really off, or after a vacation, and I just need that simple reset of like, okay, I feel myself slipping into some of these habits. I just need to kind of refresh what I got going on. A 3-day refresh is awesome. The ultimate reset, I waited years to do, because I was like, 3 weeks, are you freaking kidding me?
It's
like
scary.
It's scary. I'm not gonna lie. I was that way. I was like, 3 weeks is a really long time. And like, are you starving? Are you hangry? Like, you know, I've got to completely change my life with my family living here. Like, am I gonna be able to do it? the first time I did it, I will tell you, of anything, it's more of a mindset. Okay.
Okay.
It's a mindset shift because you eat on the ultimate reset. You eat more than you do on the 3-day refresh. It layers it into 3 weeks. So, and I'm going to share about it as I go about, but it's like restore, reclaim, and something else. But it basically like baby steps you through to help cleaning out and flushing out the toxins in your body, flushing out the caffeine. Like I'm drinking a lot of caffeine right now. I'll tell you, I am drinking a lot. This will help you reset your body to feeling that natural energy. I've never slept as well as I do than when I'm on the reset. In the beginning, I will say like the first about day 3 to day 5, it kicks in. I'm tired. I've got a little bit of a headache going on. I'm kind of like trying to find my new way of being. But like day 4 through 6, I wake up, like one day I wake up and I'm like, whoo, let's go. Like it's so crazy how it works. It's about that time frame. And then the rest of the 3 weeks, I'm like ready to go. The only thing that I will tell you that's hard probably is your mindset, because you really just have to believe in like, okay, it's 3 weeks, but just remember that it's 3 weeks. And the other thing I was going to say was that be ready to really kind of plan your meals, because if you can plan your meals and plan them out, it will help you keep them fresh. I'm a creature of habit, so I can pretty much eat almost the same thing, like 2 to 3 meals that are about the same every week, because you can change them every week and they give you a ton of recipes. And then you do take some supplements, like you take a couple of different things every day to kind of just keep your body going. Excuse me, week 2, there is like an extra, like a release is like, as I think is the week of release. And some people are like afraid they're going to be on the toilet all week. You're not. It's a gentle cleanse. Like you can still live your life. So that's the biggest thing I will tell you. So both are really good, but trying different products and being a product of the product really makes a difference. So understanding how Recover works, understanding, the joys of Energize, because that's literally my favorite. The beach bars are great ones. Having collagen to add to your Shakeology, like little things like that, because you can talk about it, you can share it, you can discuss it. Again, we're not Beachbody. It's just a billboard of who we are. Why do we use it? Why do we need it? Understanding the benefits of it and how you supplement it in your body and in your life. Okay, so that's vital behavior number 1. So being a product of the product. Vital behavior number 2, in my mind, it needs to be personal development. I think they have personal development as number 3, but to me, the second one is your mindset growth. And so I think really making sure that you are honing in on what my daughter just texted. She's like, I forgot to take a picture of us sledding. I'm like, okay.
That's such a girl thing.
Right? I know. Totally forgot to take my picture. Okay, so personal development, we all know how important that is. And to me, it's a big part of why we do it, because it helps us on multiple reasons. 1, it helps us to build the belief and confidence in ourselves and what we're doing every single day. I truly believe your mind is one of the biggest muscles in your body. I know it's not like the strongest, but in my mind, it kind of is, because it can stop you dead in your tracks to believing in what you can accomplish. It can be the first thing to put up red barriers. I mean, your mind and your reticular activating system, it's like a filter back there. And Mel Robbins talks about it in the High 5 Habit. But it's basically that filter that was put there so that when you, like back in the caveman days, it alerted you to danger. Okay, so I always remember like that show, like when I was a kid, like the robot that was like, danger, Will Robinson, like that is coming your direction, like be careful, like back away. So if you're a caveman and you're out like hunting and you see a bear, like the bear is gonna, kill you. So you run away. It's that kind of thing. And that's what your reticular activating system does. Anything that is scary, that is fearful, that, can push you into a zone that is out of your comfort zone, it's going to stop you right there. And so then different reasons come in because you allow them to, and you see them and you're like, oh yeah, that's scary. That's really, and what you're trying to do is break those barriers down so that you go into fear a little bit. You become comfortable with that. You become ready to handle that. And you're ready to stop any of those red flags that are coming in your head, because they're just stories. They're just stories you're telling yourself that that's why they're there. And everybody has different stories, different red lights, different limiting beliefs, different limiting factors that prevent them from going forward. So it's very important that personal development, you pick. It's personal to you. What I might need might be different than what you need. And so it's very important. If a book or a podcast or something is not talking to you, it is okay to close it and come back to it another day. So for an example, one of the books I read, or one that was recommended to me when I first started coaching, was called The Slight Edge. And when I started reading it, I was like, I can barely get through half a page before I'm falling asleep. Like, this is terrible. Like, this book is terrible. I can never imagine reading it. And I put it aside, and I picked it up about 3 years later. And I was fascinated by it, because it was always just talking about pushing yourself to the slight edge of the end of where you think you can go, and to push a little bit farther and to push a little bit farther. And I was really just blown away by the book, where in the beginning I was like, this book is terrible. Like, I don't want to read it. It's all about when it comes in your direction and when you're ready to hear it and when you're ready to listen to it. So finding the things that work for you. So whenever I recommend something, it's because it spoke really loudly to me. And it's probably something that I don't feel like is very personal. It might be something that's in a broader range. So when I recommended the High Five Habit, that one I feel like everyone can handle, because it's about self-love, support, self-belief. It's about believing in what you can do and high-fiving yourself for where you've come so far, and letting go of the things that you haven't done. I think everybody can use that. So it's very important. So to me, the coaching opportunity is all about growing your mindset and earning an income while you do it, because I feel like we grow in every single thing we do, whether it's a workout, whether it's inviting to people or sharing what we're doing. But that's kind of how it is, how I feel it is. Let me look something up here a second, really quickly. Okay. So that to me is one of the biggest things that I feel like is super important for us to remember on why we are part of the journey. Those two items together, I think, make up the majority of why we coach and why we do things the way we do, and it makes us different, because it allows us to kind of grow in a manner that if you sell makeup or you sell something else, I think it still can relate to that. But to me, building your journey in health and investing in your health, that's on a whole new level. Everyone needs that, right? We all need to do that, and we all need to believe it, and we need to be able to share that. The third vital behavior is inviting. So to me, when I got started, inviting seemed so scary to me. I'll be honest, because I was like, how do I invite? I hate being salesy. I don't want to be that cringy person on Instagram. And what I've learned over the course of the years, and it took me a little while, and I really believe it's because I had to break those blocks down that I had in my head, that's not about inviting or trying to sell someone something. It's about sharing a journey or sharing something that's working for you, and you're inviting them to come along with you, right? And here's where personal development takes into effect. People are going to come back. You're going to get all kinds of answers. You may not get any answer. They may not respond. Okay. That happens. They might come back and be like, no, I'm good. I can't even imagine spending money on something like that. It seems expensive. Okay. They might have other excuses, something that's heading in their head that's stopping them. They might even, and I've had this not very often, but they might come back and be like, no, and I don't ever want anything like that. Totally fine. Some might be like, give me some more information, but then never respond. There's so many different ways they're going to come out after it. Keep in mind, nothing is personal. Nothing is personal. Although it might feel personal, it's really not anything on you. It's on them. And so personal development helps you understand that and believe that, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep sharing this, because we believe in the products and the journey and the community so strongly. what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you this paper. I was trying to find, that's what I was looking up. I was trying to find the document. I got to find it because I'm going to share it with you. So I created this document that I want to share with you so that you guys can see it. It's got my old logo and the Empowered Nation logo on there. But what I did was I basically, and I'll show you my old one. I did this back in the day from a coach's recommendation. Her name is, oh gosh, and now I'm going to totally lose track of her name. She was freaking amazing. I loved her. Summer Tucker. She's an amazing, amazing coach. She doesn't put up big numbers, but she grows her team on belief in what they can do. And because her team has grown, she's growing her own business because they work together, which is what I want to do. I'm not out there to make millions. I want to see each of you succeed and soar, and together we can change lives. So this, we kind of fold it in fours, okay? So you fold it in fours like this. And basically what this says is, what was my life before I ever joined the groups, right? So and then next to it, you put how your life has changed after you join the group, okay? So it gives you an opportunity to think through it. So I'm going to just read off to you how this was in my life, okay? So before groups, I was tired, frustrated, felt lost in my world, afraid to start anything, afraid I would fail. I constantly partied. I avoided shopping with other friends because I never wanted anyone to see what size I wore. I never wore a bathing suit. I hardly ever wore shorts. And to be honest, when I was intimate with my husband, I had to keep the lights off because I was so embarrassed of myself. I wore oversized clothes because I didn't want anyone to see how my body looked. And I actually cut out the tags in my jeans because I never wanted my husband to see what that was. And I was an emotional eater. After I joined the groups, I started to love the process and love my progress. I started to love myself. I became stronger in my marriage. I had a belief that I needed to build my mind, and I believed that I could do this and I don't have to live the way that I was living before. I learned how to eat better and fuel my body, and I started to love myself. I felt confident and strong. I enjoyed shopping again, and I love wearing things that I never was able or felt that I could wear before, like shorts. So those are things like when I put that down and I talk to people about what I love about the groups, those are things that I can share. Those are things I can talk about from my heart because it's true, right? It's what I was able to get from the group, from the community, from doing these programs. And then I did the same thing below with coaching, how I felt before I was on the team and how I felt afterwards. And so what I love to do about this is I have this literally right at my desk. Now I can speak so much more from my heart, and I don't necessarily need this because this just helped guide me. So when I was sharing and people were like, well, I don't know, it allowed me to share more from my heart about what it's done for me and for other people, because you're sharing from the inside, right? You're not being that icky salesperson. So inviting is the third vital behavior that you want to make sure that you are incorporating in your daily vital behaviors. The fourth one is recognize. Recognize. We want to recognize our challengers. We want to recognize the hard work people are doing. So that's why I ask questions in the challenge group. That's why I heart on people and I celebrate, whether they're big or small. I love to celebrate anything that anyone has done, has done, that's changed, that they've shown that they can do. And it's been a while since I did it, but I actually wrote it in my planner that we're going back to Thursday celebrations, because I love to just put a post out in the group that says, share with me your wins from the week, because I think it's so important, whether they finished a program, maybe they stuck with their water, maybe they did great with their nutrition, maybe they showed up after not feeling good, maybe they, whatever it is. I like to celebrate that because I think that's amazing and it makes people feel good. I know, like, I love to celebrate when I do things, and that makes a big difference. So recognizing and celebrating those little things. So those are the 4 vital behaviors. Do you guys have any questions about those?
I did have a question about like learning the products. how did you choose, I guess, to which one to learn about first? Like obviously Shakeology.
Mhm.
But like even that is overwhelming to me. So, so I didn't know like what is it, just something that maybe you were curious about, or is that what led you to like, oh, I wanted to try this, or was there like maybe like a natural progression, so to speak?
Good question. To be honest, when I got started, I didn't even know anything about Shakeology. I had never even heard about it. I didn't even know what it was. Like, I was a yo-yo dieter, so I did all the things to try to lose the weight. And so when I got started and she was telling me about this shake, I was like, what? Like, yeah, I like to eat my food. I was a Weight Watchers lifetime member, and I literally had hit it like 195 times because I fell off and got back on. I fell off, got back on. So in my head, I had nutrition figured out. I didn't, clearly, because I kept gaining the weight back. And so Shakeology was something that I wouldn't necessarily say in the beginning. I was like, oh yeah, that's the best thing ever. No, in fact, when Micah messaged, it took her a while to message me, and I finally she was like, give it a shot, like legit give it a full 30 days. I mean, I was the customer that had bags in the cupboard that I was like, I have all this Shakeology, like, what am I supposed to do with it? She's like, drink it, drink it every day. And I
I
was
feel
like,
that a little bit because I mean I have like 3 bags I think right now, but like just because I'm like, and then I'm like, what recipe do I use? Like what's okay, what's not okay, that kind of
mhm.
stuff. So
Yeah, I was that way in the beginning too. And like I said, I can be a creature of habit, so I can drink I can drink the same thing consistently, and then all of a sudden I'll be like, I'm gonna change it up today. And then I drink that for like a while too. So finding different ways to make it is definitely key. I'm all about blending it. I'll be honest, blend, blend, blend. I do shake it up when I travel just because it's easier for me, but because I'm such a believer in what it does, I will gulp it down, even if it's a little thicker or if it's a little more watery. Is that even a word? I don't even know. But I just take it in because I know how my body needs it. So, but that was my natural progression. I initially started with Shakeology. In the group, I saw more people talking about Energize. And I was like, what is this? Because I'd worked out before and I'd heard people drinking like pre-workouts, but I thought they were like sugar-based, like spike your energy so that you can work out, and then you crashed on it. And I was like, I don't need that in my life.
I
And
love how Energize actually makes me feel because I haven't had migraines since I started using it.
mhm.
And it's not necessarily, like you said, it's not like a instant energy, and then crash. I literally like it carries me like through the morning and I love it.
Legit, it is one of the most amazing products I absolutely love in my entire life. And that I just started because I started listening and watching people in the group. And actually, I kind of wrote that down because in my planner earlier today, just in my random thoughts, that I want to encourage us as coaches to share more about, what we're using and why you love it, because it makes a big difference. One second.
Okay.
So I kind of went that route to go to. So
Okay.
yeah. Okay, now my
Thank you for
Zoom,
answering that.
yeah, absolutely. Now I'm going to share my screen. My Zoom has 10 minutes left. I might have to extend it again. Let's see here. I want to share with you this. Okay. I'm going to share with you this right here. Can you guys see my screen over here that says Fit Boss?
Yep.
Okay. So
I just saved that photo too. I'm kind of excited to hear about it.
Yes, absolutely. This I absolutely love, love, love. Because I feel like it breaks it down. Micah does talk about her, do I have mine out here? Because I wanted to share it. The weekly success tracker. She does, this is what she does her power hours on, which is usually what I use. But I loved this for February because I thought it broke it down really nicely. And then we can do some fun stuff with it every week. So, and this is what I've been using. I literally printed, I saved it on my computer and I printed it off. And because I'm a paper person, so I did, that's how I did it. But you can do it however you want. So the first thing you do is your daily activities. Okay. So this lays it out nicely. So write out your week, monthly or yearly goals. Write that out every day. And I even typed them up and I say them in an app called Think Up. And that's like how I listen to my vision and my affirmations every morning, first thing when I get up. So when I get up, I pee, to be honest, and then wash my hands and I throw my AirPods in and then I play my Think Up app. I have the free version and I listen to my affirmations, what my goals are, what my vision is while I brush my teeth, put on my contacts and I get dressed. And then I go downstairs and I drink my water and I drink my Energize. That's about 10, 15 minutes. I listen to my affirmations for about 10 minutes. And then I usually listen to some podcast or something or a YouTube video that I share in the morning. Sometimes I'll listen to that then. And then that kind of brings you into your affirmations and your book of proof in this right here. Your book of proof is just a notebook that you use every day that at the end of the day, you write down any wins you have. It's a book of proof that your life is amazing, that you are winning in life. And so it could be wins from like, got another person to change their life today with a challenge pack to I got done the essential things on my priority list and I got to bed at a decent time. I got my water in today. I had an amazing workout today. I connected with 3 people. I got my list done. It can be anything. Any wins that you have, again, going back to your 4 vital behaviors, you're recognizing your wins. You're celebrating those, writing those down. That makes a difference. That's called your book of proof. So you want to make sure that no matter when in life, you've always got that going and it doesn't have to be business related. Workout, Shakeology, super simple, that you followed your meal plan, that you did personal development. This says 30 minutes. I got to be honest, when I got started with things, I started with 10 minutes, but it's easy if you think about how can I put in 30 minutes in my day? It could be 10 minutes in the morning. I listened to a podcast while I was getting ready, did my makeup, I was doing my hair. It could be 10 minutes in the car if I have to go somewhere. It could be while you're doing laundry. And a lot of times if I'm doing laundry and I'm doing stuff around the house, I throw my AirPods in and I'm listening to something that's going to help me. When I'm washing my face and brushing my teeth at night, that's another 10 minutes. So it's easy to get a 30-minute thing in if reading a book for 30 minutes can be hard. Okay, expanding your network. So that's finding 25 new friends. So that's going back to the power hour, which we can go back and dial in on that another day if you want to, but that's going into the power hour and expanding your network by 25 people. So reaching out and friending 25 new people. 20 convos is very easy. I love because you're basically just going through Instagram and you're connecting with the new people that you followed. You're just being a human being. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. How fun was that? That looks like you had a great day. Oh my gosh, that shirt is super adorable. Where did you get it? You're just being a human being on Instagram, liking stuff, commenting on how awesome they are. It's basically what you're doing. If they have something or there's like on vacation, be like, oh my gosh, are you having the best time? Where are you guys vacationing at? How's the hotel? It looks freaking amazing. Things like that. You're just being a kind human. Nothing awkward, but something that you'd be okay. Like you'd see someone in a grocery line, how you would talk with them that way. 10 invitations. And I've got scripts and stuff, but you really want it to just come from your heart. Hey, I've started this new workout journey and I'm absolutely loving it. Would you like to check it out and maybe do it with me? Super simple, nothing major, nothing scary. You're just encouraging them to do it, which is why I make sure, and we're going to talk about this in your stories. You want to make sure you're posting something in your stories. So when people watch your stories, that's an easy way to invite. When people are watching your stories, you're like, oh my gosh, this workout was so hard, but I loved it. Loving this program. Would you like to try it out? I have a sample workout. Things like that. Super easy. And then 5 follow-ups. In the beginning, you might not have any follow-ups because you haven't had anyone respond to you. So if you don't have any follow-ups, that's okay. But follow-ups are people like, yeah, I'm interested. maybe you check in on them in a couple days and be like, hey, I sent you some information. What questions do you have for me? Is this something you might want to jump in with us? And don't ever hesitate when you're following up with people, especially in the beginning, and they have questions and you're like, oh my gosh, I have no idea what that is. Respond back and say, that's a great question. I'm brand new at this and I'm learning too. I'm going to three-way connect us in a message thread with my coach. That way she can answer the questions, because I think it's a great question and I want to make sure we get the answer for it. People appreciate that, and they appreciate honesty. And again, you're not trying to sell them on anything. You're just sharing with them information. And then posting with purpose on social media. I gave in the team page, there's ideas on what to post, the 21 days of posting ideas. But a lot of times I just post like a lot of stuff on what I listen on personal development, how it's hit my mind, how it hurt, changed my heart, how it made me think. Things like that can really come easy when you kind of get into the groove of things. And then posting 3 reels or 1 IGTV per week. The reels are probably the most key. I just posted in the team page a reels training that's for free from Melanie Mitro and Katie Ersta. They run what's called the Chic Influencer, but it's going to be a free reels training next week. So check that out. There's a link on how you can sign up. Even I signed up because I can always use the help on the reels. I try to post a reel once a day. If you follow Brock Johnson, he's a master on reels. He gives lots of good tips and tricks on how to make reels, things to look for on reels, things like that. So he's really good. And then posting to your stories, a couple on your workouts, share your thoughts, share how you felt, share a favorite move, a nutrition story, something that you're doing or you're eating, supplements. So that'd be recover, energize. You see, I post my energize almost every day. And then share about your stories of your life, of what's going on in your world. If you have dogs or cats or pets, or talk about, like, Taylor, you could talk about like things that, funny things that preschooler kids do, or things that you never thought you'd say, or things that you never thought you'd do. You know what I'm saying? Or, Jen, I know you're big with Christianity, so am I. So talking about your faith. Basically want to talk about, I'm going to see if I can, hold on. I'm going to see if I can change this because I need to increase my time here. I don't know why it's not letting me. Because it's going to cancel out. If it cancels out, you guys, and it will in like a minute, just like get off and then let's hop back on and we'll finish it up then. Okay. You basically want to share about your life, and Beachbody is it's just information. It's just another part of your life. It's not your whole entire life. It's just a part of your life that's made a difference. That's something that's changed in your world that has made a difference in your life. Like, for an example, getting more in tune with my health and getting more in tune with my own self-belief and confidence has helped me to come back to my relationship with God, to help me build a stronger marriage, like build a relationship with my kids again, because it allows me to be more patient, more focused on what we've got going on, like things like that. It makes a difference, and it all is seeped in together. And it really became because I became more confident and on my own journey. So those are the kinds of things that you want to share. How has coaching changed your life? Maybe you're just getting started and maybe it's just